It started like any other ordinary day at school. Hallways buzzing, lockers slamming, and students trying to make it to class before the bell. But things took a sharp turn when Marcus, the school's well-known bully, decided to make someone new his target. He picked on kids before, shoved them, talked down to them, always sure no one would fight back. But today, he spotted someone different. An elderly woman, quiet and small, standing just outside the gates with a calm look in her eyes. She wasn't a teacher. She wasn't a parent. No one really knew who she was. Marcus thought it would be funny to mess with her, throw a few words, maybe get a laugh from his crew. But when he reached out to intimidate her, everything changed. What happened in the next 10 seconds left everyone frozen. The same kid who never feared a thing was suddenly staring at the ground, speechless, completely blindsided. The students who had seen everything unfold couldn't believe their eyes. The old woman didn't raise her voice. She didn't scream. But something about her stopped Marcus cold. Who was she? And how did she do what she did without even breaking a sweat? This wasn't just about a bully getting what he deserved. This was about a lesson no one saw coming from someone no one expected. And what she said to him afterward, that's the part that changed everything. You won't believe what happened next. Word spread fast. Within minutes, students were whispering, texting, and replaying the moment in their heads. Some even caught parts of it on their phones, but none of the clips really captured what it felt like to be there. Marcus, the same guy who once made a ninth grader cry just by glaring at him, was now walking away, pale and quiet, as if his whole world had been flipped. But the biggest question still hung in the air. Who was that old woman? No one had seen her before. She didn't wear a school badge, didn't look like a teacher or a staff member. Just this calm, steady presence in a long gray coat, eyes like she'd seen more than any of them could imagine. A few students said they saw her earlier that morning, just standing by the school entrance watching. It was almost like she had been waiting for something, or someone. Later that day, a few of Marcus's friends tried to joke about what happened, calling it a lucky move or brushing it off. But the way Marcus kept looking over his shoulder said otherwise. He wasn't scared like someone who'd just lost a fight. He was shaken like someone who'd just seen something he couldn't explain. Some said the woman knew martial arts. Others swore she whispered something in Marcus's ear before he backed off. But whatever it wasn't normal. And by the end of the day, one thing was clear. This was far from over. That night, Marcus didn't show up online like he usually did. No gaming, no posts, not even a reply in the group chat. His friends noticed, but none of them wanted to admit they were a little freaked out too. One of them, Jamal, swore he saw Marcus sitting alone in the back of the schoolyard after hours, staring at the same spot where the woman had stood earlier. When he called out to him, Marcus didn't answer, just got up and walked off like he didn't hear. Meanwhile, a curious group of students started trying to figure out who the woman was. A few dug through school records, others asked around town. Some swore they'd seen her before, once at the library, another time near the old martial arts center that closed down years ago. One kid, Lily, said she remembered her from when she was little. She helped my brother once, she whispered. After he got jumped, she just showed up and told the guys to leave. They did. No one messed with him again. No one believed her at first. But after what happened with Marcus, they were starting to. At the same time, a rumor started going around that Marcus was planning something. Not revenge exactly, but something. He was angry, embarrassed, and worst of all, confused. People like him don't like not being in control. And now he wasn't just trying to get back at a stranger. He was trying to get back his reputation. But he had no idea what he was dealing with. By the end of the week, the energy around school had completely shifted. Everyone was watching Marcus, some from a distance, others pretending to act normal, but you could feel it. He moved differently now, quieter and more alert. His usual swagger was gone. But underneath the silence, there was tension building, like a storm waiting to hit. And it wasn't just about what happened that day. It was about pride, fear, and something deeper he didn't even understand. He started asking questions, not just about the old woman, but about what she said to him. No one knew the exact words, but some students claimed she whispered, "You've hurt too many. Now it's your turn to learn." Whatever it was, it stayed with him. He couldn't sleep. He'd wake up sweating, sometimes saying her name in his sleep. Not that anyone knew what it was. Lily and a couple others kept digging. One night, they found something strange. An old article buried deep online about a retired self-defense instructor who used to teach troubled teens how to protect themselves and control their anger. Her name was Evelyn Carter. No photo, but the description sounded familiar. Rumor was she disappeared after her son was killed in a school fight years ago. No one could prove it was her, but everything started to line up. That weekend, Marcus showed up outside the school at night. Alone. Waiting. Word got out fast. A few kids gathered, hidden behind cars and trees, holding their breath. Something was coming, and they all felt it. The air that night was still, like the world itself was holding its breath. Marcus stood under the streetlight near the school gate, hands in his pockets, eyes scanning the darkness. He wasn't looking for a fight, at least not the kind he used to pick. This time was different. He looked nervous, maybe even scared. Hidden behind bushes and parked cars, a handful of students watched in silence, their phones off, not wanting to miss what was about to happen. But what none of them expected was who stepped out of the shadows. It wasn't the old woman. It was a man, older, tall, with a slow walk and a scar that ran down his cheek. He didn't look like a teacher or a parent. He looked like someone who didn't belong anywhere near a school. Marcus's body tensed immediately. The man stopped a few feet away and looked him up and down. "You've been asking about Evelyn," he said, voice low and rough. "That's a dangerous thing to do." The students watching didn't know what to think. Was this guy a relative? A warning? A threat? All they knew was that Marcus didn't move, didn't talk. He just stood there, frozen. The man leaned in and said something none of them could hear. Whatever it was, Marcus's eyes widened. Then the man turned and disappeared into the shadows, leaving Marcus alone once again. Except now, he wasn't just shaken. He looked terrified. Whatever this was, it went deeper than anyone thought. The next morning, Marcus didn't come to school. But by lunch, the story had already gotten out. He'd shown up at the police station just after sunrise. No one knew exactly what he said, but word was he confessed to more than just bullying. Stuff from years ago. Things people had forgotten, or tried to. The school buzzed with theories. Some said the old woman had cursed him. Others believed the scarred man was a warning from something bigger. But the truth came out in pieces. Evelyn Carter wasn't just any woman. She was the mother of a student who died in a school fight Marcus had started years ago, back when he was younger, meaner, and untouchable. The fight had been covered up, brushed aside as an accident. No one was ever blamed. Until now. The scarred man. Turns out he was Evelyn's brother, a former investigator. He'd been quietly gathering evidence, waiting for Marcus to slip up. And the moment had come. Everything clicked into place. Marcus never saw her again. Evelyn disappeared just like she'd come, without a trace. Some students swore they saw her leaving town on foot, coat blowing in the wind, eyes calm again. The school carried on, quieter and more cautious. Bullies walked softer. People looked out for each other a little more. But here's the twist no one saw coming. A letter showed up on Lily's desk a week later. No name, just 4 words. Now asterisk you asterisk carry this. The story wasn't over. It had only passed on. Lily stared at the letter for a long time, fingers tracing the words like they might change. Asterisk now you carry this asterisk, it wasn't a threat. It felt more like a responsibility. The kind that doesn't come with instructions, just a feeling in your gut that you're meant to do something with it. She didn't tell anyone right away. Not because she was scared, but because she understood. This wasn't just about Marcus anymore. It was about watching out for the ones who couldn't speak up, standing in when no one else would, just like Evelyn had. Over the next few weeks, things slowly shifted at school. Teachers started paying more attention. The quiet kids found more room to breathe. And as for Marcus, he transferred out, gone without a goodbye. Some said he was in therapy. Others heard he moved out of state. But whatever the truth was, he'd been changed. The bully everyone feared had finally been broken, not by fists, but by truth, by the weight of everything he tried to bury. Lily never saw Evelyn again, but sometimes she thought she caught glimpses. A woman crossing the street, someone sitting alone on a bench. Maybe Evelyn had done what she came to do. Maybe she passed the torch on purpose. And now, every time Lily walks the halls, she walks differently. With purpose. Because the lesson wasn't just about justice or revenge. It was about choice.